Hi, I'm Rob Cosberg, and I made you a brief video where I'm going to discuss how I got my book sold 11,752 times in 5 days, became a #1 best-selling author, but more importantly, exploded my business in the process to the tune of earning millions of dollars over the last several years on the back of my best-selling book. And this is something you can do as well. We're going to discuss the process that you can use, even if you don't have a book yet, to become an Amazon bestseller and explode your business. I'm also going to go over my case study and 3 additional confidential client case studies that produced Amazon #1 bestseller status for my clients. Really briefly, as I said, my name's Rob Cosberg. I own multiple businesses. I'm really an entrepreneur at heart. This all started because of the book you see at the bottom right there. It's called Life After Debt. Wrote that book about 5 years ago. We launched it, made it a bestseller, and subsequently, and almost by accident, saw that book as the centerpiece for millions of dollars in income over the last few years for all of our lead generation purposes. We use it on the radio. I was given several hours of radio shows because of the book. We use it online. We use it in direct mail, all in lead generation. As I said, I have multiple businesses. One of them is coaching and consulting. We have some really high-profile coaching and consulting clients that I'm pretty proud of, and I've spoken to literally thousands of business owners and entrepreneurs over the last 5 years. What I've learned in speaking to business owners and entrepreneurs is most of them have real challenges when it comes to lead generation. Now, first and foremost, just a brief warning. The results I'm about to show you, they're not typical for most businesses or entrepreneurs. I really don't know who you are. I don't know what results you will or will not achieve because of this video. What I do know is that I only work with clients who I know I can help get massive results. And I know that because either A, I work with them hand in hand, or B, I actually do the work for them to get them those massive results. As I said, as a coach and consultant, these are some of the clients that we've been working with to launch best-selling books. Currently, we have a book for a doctor who's running for the U.S. Senate, a travel company with literally tens of thousands of paying reps, a network marketer who is #3 in his company and starting his own coaching business, several speakers and coaches, multiple 6- and 7-figure business owners growing to 7- and 8-figure business owners, as well as realtors, mortgage consultants, financial advisors, attorneys, doctors, and dentists, just to name a few. And the reason I mention these different businesses that we're currently working with is so you gain an idea of who this type of program would really fit best for. Let's jump right into my case study. This is my book, as I mentioned, Life After Debt. It was downloaded and sold 11,752 times. It was the #1 book in all of business and investing, which is a very, very difficult category. That's a main category. It was a hot new release as well as a top-rated book when it was released. Furthermore, and proud of this stuff, Dave Ramsey is really a guru in our industry. He's been doing financial services like this for many, many years. My book outsold Dave, and of course we sold side by side with Dave. And also Stedman Graham, Oprah's former boyfriend, I guess, launched his book around the same time I launched mine. We were considerably outselling him. So the launch process that I'm going to discuss with you works really well. This is the main gist and the most important thing for us as far as the results go: leads. We use my best-selling book in every way to generate leads for my business, and we do that because an average client's lifetime value in my business is between $4,000 and $5,000. So every time we get that book into someone else's hands that is a potential client of mine, that creates the status, the celebrity, the expert consultant that they need, and they come to me because of the positioning of the book. So, as I said, as a business coach, I hear a lot of frustrations and really know what business owners are saying, and these may be some of the very things that you're feeling. A lot of people just feel like they just don't know how to get their unique message out. They don't know how to generate consistent leads month in and month out. They're not getting enough potential new clients and customers on a monthly basis. Maybe when you do get someone interested, you hear things like, "I'll think about it," or "It's too expensive." People just don't get your value. Or when you do get a client, you end up competing on price. So you aren't really paid what you're worth, or even worse, you take that client even though they're not a great fit for you because you need the money. See, having a best-selling book really solves those frustrations. It gives you an amazing platform to get your message out. It creates almost effortless lead generation. You become the hunted instead of the hunter. Radical transformation in positioning. There's no selling needed. Either they're a good fit for you and your services, or they're not. Price is no longer an issue, and it allows you to attract more clients and increase fees. You become the go-to expert in your niche. I mentioned the best-selling formula. There's really 4 parts to it. I'm going to go over each one of those parts with you. First is your book. Next is having the right publishing platform, the right book elements, and the right launch strategy. All of that equals you becoming a bestseller and using that status as a speaker, coach, high-paid consultant, or to sell your business services. So let's start with you writing your book. There's only a couple of different ways to do this. First, old-fashioned way, you find the time, you sit down, you start writing. Really hard, really difficult for a business owner to find time to do this. Most people start, they never finish. Next is you pay a ghostwriter. I've done this. I don't think it's a great way to go, simply because the book is not in your voice. I've had a book ghostwritten. I ended up rewriting the whole thing over a period of about 8 months. I wouldn't recommend it. Next, and what we do is we have our clients speak their book. It gets transcribed and then edited, and with that you have a finished product. I'll speak a little bit more about how we do it. Here's what we do. First, we set several planning sessions to outline your business practices and your strategies. Those become your chapters, your introduction, your 7-8 chapters, and your conclusion, as well as, of course, your title and your subtitle. We then spend time on recorded calls, asking questions, and having our clients tell stories and discuss their strategies. The stories illustrate their client successes and sometimes failures and illustrate their strategies. For every hour that's recorded, we get about 15-20 pages of transcription. We then pass that on to our world-class copywriter. She takes the transcription, her and her team, and creates a finished product. I say world-class, and I mean it. She's been a ghostwriter for 25 years and has gotten 6-figure paydays from members of the United States Congress to ghostwrite their books. So we only want to deal with the best when it comes to working for our clients. The next is having the right publishing platform. Now, we use Amazon KDP. That's Kindle Direct Publishing. We also print a softcover version of the book using CreateSpace, but for the publishing platform and the launch, we focus our attention on KDP. KDP is relatively straightforward, but there are a couple of things that are a little bit more difficult. Obviously, entering your book details and the description, not too hard. Verifying publishing rights, no big deal. You always need to make sure it's not a public domain work. Targeting is an issue, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a second. Uploading your book cover. The book cover is really key. We talk about this with our clients, and we also create, and our graphic artists create several different options for our clients regarding the book cover. I mentioned category selection. We've made mistakes with this in the past. The category selections in KDP, unfortunately, don't match up with what you see when you do a search on Amazon in Kindle, and that's unfortunate. But so you really have to know the ins and outs. But accurate selection is really key. We had a client come to us whose publisher put their book in the wrong categories. We found that, we made some changes, we relaunched the book, and in a period of about 30 days, that client went to #1 in both of their categories. By the way, Amazon allows you to choose 2 categories. Every author is the exact same, and only 2 categories. Next is the right book elements. So we have 3 primary elements we focus on. One is the title and subtitle. That's the hook. The next is the cover, and typically the size is the issue. You only get about 90 pixels. So you really have to do a great job with the cover. And the next is reviews, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about reviews in just a second. So when it comes to reviews, the issue with the reviews are, number one, you have to have them. They're hard to get, but they're necessary. You never ever want to do fake reviews. You don't want to buy reviews on Fiverr or anything like that ever, because you can have your account disabled by Amazon. You're never getting it back. It's just not worth the risk. So what we do is we use our list, literally tens of thousands of people, promote the book, ask for reviews, and even more importantly, we're part of several really private and exclusive author clubs where we exchange reviews one with another. And in doing that, we're able to get multiple reviews. Here's the key. You can't get listed on the best Kindle sites without a minimum number of reviews. You can see my book has 29 reviews, and it's been sold and downloaded 20,000 plus times. So very difficult to get reviews, but you need at least 10 or so reviews to get on the best Kindle sites. Lastly, having the right launch strategy. 4 parts of that. We use Kindle book blogs and websites. We use a 3-part press release strategy. Number 3, a social media campaign, primarily Facebook and Twitter. And number 4, again, the private author club. So this is one of the sites that we use. This is actually their Facebook page, but it's called Pixel of Ink. They're one of the biggest, if not the biggest. Literally millions of people come to their site every single month looking for the best Kindle books. You can't even get a paid promotion on Pixel of Ink unless you have a high-rated book and unless you have, a good relationship and kind of authority in the niche. We have over 40 different sites like this that we work with for promotion. Next are press releases. They're amazing. We do a 3-step press release strategy. First press release goes the day before the promo, second press release day 3 of the promo, and then third press release the last day of the promo. Each press release builds on the previous one, creates urgency to buy, and it also creates status. And here's kind of the cool twist that you get having the press releases. Imagine having on your website that you were featured in ABC, CBS, Forbes, CNN, and Wall Street Journal and multiple others. Well, that's an additional benefit of the right launch strategy. When you have a best-selling book and you promote it via press releases, you're going to be picked up by major news outlets regarding the launch of your book. Now, it might not be Forbes, it might not be Wall Street Journal, but it's almost always ABC, CBS, NBC, and literally dozens and oftentimes hundreds of newspapers and local outlets. So it's a great credibility piece for yourself as a best-selling author and being featured in those places. So your book, the right platform, the right elements, and the right launch strategy equal great results. And here are some of our client results. We did a launch back in May. That client, we had about 1,500 sales of their book. In that period of time, their book went to #1. The major categories were business and investing, and also education and reference. Obviously, the book continues to sell. I'm just showing you a snapshot of our launch. So the book continues to sell month after month after month. Another client here we launched at the beginning of June, also roughly 1,500 sales. Book was #1, it looks like, in the overall business category at that time, and continues to sell month after month after month. I received an email when we do our launch and we talk about our clients and our clients' books, and I received an email back asking if our client that we launched this book for was available to speak or do a book signing at an upcoming very large convention and trade show, over 3,000 people. This person was offered a $2,500 speaking fee plus expenses, as well as being offered to keep 100% of all the sales they made of their books, products, programs, etc. All of that, again, because this author was a best-selling author in the niche that this convention and trade show was in. Here are some of our clients' book results and give you kind of an idea of what can be accomplished. We had a client that started a new business, wrote a book, and from that best-selling book went from $0 to over $1 million in income in 1 year, all on the back of a best-selling book, using that book to get speaking engagements and then selling their products and services in the speaking engagements. Another client did over 100 radio interviews and touched literally hundreds of thousands of people in a 12-month period. Again, all in the back of their best-selling book. As someone who's been on the radio for 5 years, I can tell you I always look to interview best-selling authors in my niche because I'm looking for people that are experts, people that also have a following. Easy for best-selling authors to get radio interviews. We have multiple clients who've gotten open doors to major speaking opportunities, offers to do blog posts, as well as becoming contributing writers for their industry magazines. I get weekly stories of clients generating leads and closing sales against heavy competition because of their book. And as I said, Life After Debt, my book, has been responsible for millions of dollars in income to and for my financial solutions business. So the bottom line is this positions you as the hunted and not the hunter. No longer having to hunt for clients, but instead being hunted by them. That brings more clients to you, better clients, higher fees, easier speaking opportunities, marketplace authority, etc. If this is something that you're interested in and you want these results, then really there's just a simple step. First, if this is a fit, it's a fit because you have a business and you sell a high-ticket product or service. I gave many examples before. Other examples are any local business owners like dentists, attorneys, financial advisors, etc. If you're a speaker, a coach, a consultant, and you're looking to become the go-to expert in your marketplace, this would be a fit for you. If you want to add a whole new stream of income or create a new or completely complementary business, this could be a fit for you. And so here's what we do. We offer a 30-minute strategy session with myself or my business partner, Mark. It's completely free. It's the best 30 minutes you'll spend on your business this year. And there's a short questionnaire that we like you to fill out because we want some information. So in that 30 minutes, we can give you and offer you tremendous value. And if we find that you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you and we want to go further, then we will, and we'll discuss that. But if not, you will at least leave with a great blueprint and plan of how you can explode your business with your book, with your program, and even take the steps necessary to make it a bestseller. So thanks so much for sharing this brief time with me. Go ahead and fill out the form now for your free strategy session, and I look forward to speaking to you personally one-on-one. Have a great day.